everybody. It's March 19th. It's Friday again. Man, it feels like we just blinked. It was last Friday.
I think it's the COVID talking.
I know. Well, last Friday we were doing giraffes with zebra stripes and all kinds of stuff. And I painted a lot this week.
The Gouache.
Yes. Gouache, yeah. But anyway, I hope you guys had a great week. We're back again. It's our typical Friday. And hey, it's a big Friday for us because our new course is out. My course on how to create clear expressions is now out. Yep. And the other cool thing about it is that we're going to continue that 40% off all the way through the weekend. The price goes up to full price on Monday. Well, almost full price, but the price goes up on Monday. So if you didn't get a chance to get it on the pre-order, you still have a chance to get it at 40% off. If you go on over to Creatureartteacher.com and you can find the course there, it is up and ready to go. Actually, we got, and if you're kind of on the fence on it, we got a, you know, we always take one of our videos from our courses. Every time we put out a new course, we take one of the videos and we'll post it on YouTube so you can get a little sense of what's in it. So I think it's video number 3 where I talk about just each individual feature on the face and how they contribute to expressions. We are posting that on YouTube for free. So you can watch that, and then the whole rest of it, I'm getting into different emotions and all that kind of stuff. So it's really cool.
It is great news.
It is great news. I'm very happy. Dustin did an excellent job getting this thing done. He was cranking away all week.
Aw, thanks.
Yeah. So, hey, it takes a team.
It does.
It does. It takes a team. So, and then Nick has been cranking away with Tim Hodge, and they're creating a new course as well. Tim has been gracious enough to come back and do a course on story and storyboarding with us and how it relates to TV and film and all that kind of stuff. So it's been really, that's great. And we got that one coming out in a couple weeks. So now's the best time to become a member at Creatureartteacher.com. I mean, we got so much new stuff coming out. So I recommend it. If you want to get a whole bunch of stuff for one price, then come on over. And actually, as we create more courses, you're getting more bang for your buck. So at some point, we're going to create so many courses, I'm going to have to raise the membership fee. But right now, it's still pretty low. Also, I want to remind you that tomorrow is our big live event, and we still got spaces available. So if you want to learn how to paint animal portraits in watercolor, then that's what we're doing. Matter of fact, don't go to the screen here, Dustin. Don't go to the screen. But not yet. I want to show you what we're going to be painting. What is it? It's under March 20th, live event. There it is. Animal reference. Reference. So these are the 2 images. There they are. Up there. Here are the 2 images that we're going to be painting.
Let me know when you're ready.
Yes, sir. Oops. Hold on, sir.
Is that one of my photos?
Yes, it is.
Oh. I'm so honored.
Yes, it certainly is. So here we go. So here's 2 images right here. I wanted to do a zebra just because in watercolor, I just think it's a really cool thing to do, and people get hung up with the white of the animal as opposed to the dark, and I think it's a really cool exercise in watercolor to do. So we're going to be doing that. We're doing 2 portraits. One, we're breaking up the day into 2 3-hour sessions. First 3-hour session is going to be our zebra. Then we take a half-hour break. Then we come back, and the second 3-hour session will be painting this tiger portrait in watercolor. So I love painting animals that are in nicely lit conditions where we see a definite lit and definite shadow side. That really helps with describing volume. So I always try to paint light. And then also animals with markings. I just, you know, there's something about that I love, and I'm kind of on a themed kick on that right now in some of my paintings. And so I thought this would be a lot of fun to do. So those are the two animals we're painting tomorrow. So if you want to paint these animals with me tomorrow, go on over to creatureartteacher.com/live and you can get the information there. There you go. That's what we got going on.
And also the book.
And the book. Oh yeah, as usual, my book is in pre-order. I'm putting out my first art of book, and it's the Art of Aaron Blaise, and it's the art I've done over the last 15 years or so, with a little sprinkling of some earlier art. But I wanted to get some of the most recent stuff. And that book's going to come out around June. So you can pre-order it now if you go over to creatureartteacher.com/books.
Books.
And you can get my coffee table art of book, or you can also get my 100 drawings book that will be coming out as well. So there you go.
And the print sales is all done and all that, or?
Yes. Oh, that's the other thing. I want to talk to you guys about what I've been doing. So let's just move on to business now. What we're going to do today.
All right.
So I'm going to close these out. First of all, we got Dustin here, my son. He's cranking away. And Dustin's putting together an introduction to photography course that's going to be pretty cool down the road.
Very exciting. And
Yes.
that course is going to be all about basically all the stuff that'll
An introduction
help
to
you shoot
photography.
video. Yeah.
Yeah. So there you go.
Like how a camera works, what megapixels are, what ISO is, everything that you need to know, whether it's buying a new camera or just getting into your current camera. So.
Exactly. So, but let's move on. So I've been, over the last couple of weeks, I've started this series of taking animals that have, and we got Nick in Sarasota as well. He's going to be answering questions or posting questions for me. I've been doing this series of animal drawings and paintings. I've been getting bored with I feel like, always as artists, we feel like we get into a rut. And even I feel like I get into ruts every once in a while. I need to come up with something new in order to get my brain to feel fresh.
It's not really an artistic block, but it's just like feeling
Yeah,
stale.
I just feel like I'm doing the same thing over and over.
Feeling stale.
And so I got this idea of taking animals with markings, different insects and mammals and all kinds of stuff, and kind of pulling them together. And as I'm developing this idea, it's actually, the idea itself is evolving, and a lot of it is just, I think it's becoming more of a comparing great and small, and within that you can have animals that have different markings on them. Because my latest painting is not really about markings as much as it is about the greatest creatures we have on Earth and the most diminutive, tiny little creatures we have on Earth, and just finding thematics in that. So you guys remember last week I did you saw the cheetah that I had done, and this was the cheetah. And this is the one that we posted the prints for, which we sold out on, by the way. So thank you for that. And we're going to be getting more prints of the other images coming up as well. So we sold out on our prints for the cheetah. So those of you that got the limited numbered prints that are going to be signed, those are the only ones that will ever be printed like that. So you got the only ones, so they'll hold their value. So there's that. And then the next one I did this week, I don't know if you guys have seen it or not, but this is my next one in the series that I did. I did this one on Monday and Tuesday. These paintings are taking quite a bit longer as well. They take me about 8 to 10 hours, or 7 to 8 hours. And but this one's basically following in the same kind of thematic as the cheetah was. Except this, a lot of people are thinking, oh, those are monarch butterflies. These are not monarch butterflies. These are actually called common tiger butterflies. And they're from India, and they are slightly marked differently than monarch butterflies that we have in the United States.
Really?
This is a common butterfly that flies in India, because not only am I trying to bring animals together that have similar markings, I like for them to be in the same region as well. So like with the cheetah and the leopard moths, they live in Kenya. The leopard moths live in Kenya and South Africa, and so do cheetahs, so we're good there. And then with the tiger, I actually found tiger butterflies that are common in India. And so I put the two of them together, and here's the end result. And so a lot of this, the way I do these is I'm scour through my own reference material, but I also do a lot of research. And then I start, studying and kind of, like the tiger butterflies. I didn't know about those until I researched them and found them and then learned how to draw them and paint them and then put them into the image. And it's the same with this next image that I just finished yesterday. I worked on this one quite a while. This one I wanted something with a bit more emotion in it. And so this is the end result of that. And I wanted some symbolism in there. I wanted a story. And I was watching a documentary, and I was just watching the trailer of a documentary, and I saw this herd of elephants. And many people have seen this. You know, when elephants encounter the bones of their own species, there's this somber kind of moment where you can almost feel like they perceive the passing of these animals, of their relatives and of their cousins and friends and everything else, aunts and uncles and fathers and mothers. And so it's really poignant. And the idea of having I've been doing this butterfly theme with these animals, and I just thought, what a interesting idea it might be to take the impression that I had after watching that documentary. I just took my own impression, went and sat down and started sketching out some ideas, and I wanted these butterflies to almost feel like the soul being released from this elephant as they say goodbye to their fallen relative. This is one that I wanted a bit more story, like I said, and a bit more emotion. And but these are called these are common dotted border butterflies, and they live in Kenya as well. So we actually saw these butterflies when we were driving around on safari. I remember seeing them flitting about, but the interesting thing was, sitting down and having to teach myself. I know the skull structure of elephants fairly well, but not to the point where I can sit down and render it in the way that I did here. So that took a lot of research and a lot of time to understand that skull structure in order to draw my own pose and get it all in here to complete the story that I had in my head. So we're going to be doing prints of this as well. So there is our image. And I thought, as long as we're on the theme of animal markings and that sort of thing, I was going through some of my reference material today, trying to come up with what we might do today. And actually, here's a reference photo that I pulled. Here's a reference photo of one of those butterflies. Pretty cool, huh?
Flies full of butter.
Yeah. So I take these, I understand, get to understand the markings, and then I just kind of create my own imagery. And there you'll see white ones and yellow ones. It's male and female. That's pretty cool. But anyway, so I was going through some of my reference material, and on one of my trips to Africa, this was about 9 years ago, I went, and I had this image of this little baby elephant. I've got a whole bunch of them actually, right here. Let me pull them up. There we go. Look at that big matriarch. Gosh, she's beautiful.
Gorgeous.
It was a rainy day that day. I remember. You can see the rain coming down. Look at those tusks, how crooked they are.
Yeah.
She was kind of the matriarch as well. It was her and this lady. She was just look at those tusks coming together. What a beautiful animal. But within the herd, there is this little baby right here following with his mama, right there. And so I went through and kind of picked. This is the little baby. This is an even younger baby. He's a little boy. He's a little boy walking with his mom. And I like these images. I like the idea of her protecting him. So I got this idea of, what if he was born different? And I love the idea of embracing the thing that makes you different. Embracing the beauty of what makes you different. And I thought, wouldn't it be interesting to have a normal colored mother, like a regular elephant, but he's got some kind of spectacular, beautiful markings that I wanted to put, like him hiding behind his mother in the way that it is in the reference, to say that maybe he's a little bit embarrassed or whatever, but his lesson is going to be, to embrace it, to embrace the beauty that he is. So that's what we're going to draw today. That's what I'm going to create.
Sounds like a plan.
So there's the reference right there. And we're going to have some fun with this. And I made it black and white on purpose so that we can, so I can interpret it any way I want. Remember, you know, your reference is only there as a starting place. I already know how to draw elephants, but I really like this composition. And so I'm using that as a starting place. And then with it, I can, you know, I can push it and manipulate it and do whatever I want. Let's jump over to some questions. How do you get the motivation to start a drawing and stay working on it for hours? I usually end up starting and then taking a month break before realizing that I never finished it. Just dedication. This is what I do every day. This is my job. You know, there's a difference between drawing for a hobby and drawing for your job. And I've been, you know, drawing and painting for my job has been my job for 35 years. So that's why I can do that. There we go. We'll bring this down here. Well, I've been talking for 15 minutes.
Erica and Gabby say hi, and specifically Gabby says, "Good morning, all."
Hello, Gabby and Erica. How are you? Good to hear from you.
And Detlef loves the series of the butterflies with the animals mixed.
Oh, thanks, Detlef. I really love that big acrylic elephant that you painted. Man, that's beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. Man, you're creating some great work this year. Your watercolors are blowing me away as well. I love those big free watercolors. I love the looser you get, but then pick those nice areas to get tight. Man, they're beautiful. I love it. Love it. Love it. You're really embracing what watercolor can do. And actually, Erica, too, man. You should see some of the plein air painting she's doing. Really great stuff.
Michael Minnick Chavez says, "Hey, Aaron.
Hey, how's it going, E?
How's it going, E? Have you ever thought about taking on an apprentice at some point?"
You know, it's crossed my mind, but right now we just don't have the ability to do it. And so, no.
We're just busy.
Busy.
And also COVID.
Yeah. One of the great things about little baby elephants is they've got such a simple shaped head. It's like, you know, Dumbo. Dumbo is basically this egg.
Emily Slinker says,
and a little trunk like this. Sorry, hold on, just hold on.
I'm sorry, okay?
See, that was Dumbo. I'm not perfect Dumbo because I didn't really draw Dumbo for the movies, but I really remember seeing how simple of a shape he was. You know, how simple his head shape was. I really loved it. And what's interesting about that is that it's not that far off of what a real baby elephant is.
Did you ever meet any of the guys who animated Dumbo?
No. Well, yeah. Well, actually, you know what? I don't know, because I don't know if Frank or Ollie or Ward. I think Ward worked on Dumbo. Maybe Ward worked on Dumbo, because I met Ward Kimball. I'm going to pull that eye down. I'm going to push the caricature on this just a little bit.
Emily Slinker says, just sign up for a watercolor course. I'm both excited and nervous.
Well, there's no reason to be nervous. Don't be nervous. We're going to have fun. I'm going to teach you how to do it. Watercolor, you don't have to be scared of it. You just have to approach it a certain way. You want to embrace that white of the paper, because we're not going to be using white paint.
Manuel Ramirez says, it's interesting to see that real elephant tusks are not as perfectly aligned as you see in drawings. They have really cool imperfections.
Oh, all over the place. There's no two elephant tusk sets that are the same, for sure.
And Erica responded from earlier, says, doing good. How are you guys?
Great.
We're doing pretty good.
Sorry, I was reading at the same time. Nick just said, didn't you animate Dumbo once? Actually, I did animate Dumbo once. Here, I said I haven't really drawn him, and I forgot it completely. I animated him for a Disney commercial for Euro Disneyland way back in the beginning of my career when Euro Disneyland was first opening, and it was a live action. I've actually got it in here somewhere. Where is that? Where's my Dumbo?
Where's your Dumbo?
Vedanta, I think knows where it is. Hey, Vedanta. Ah, shoot. Maybe we can get her to bring it in here if she remembers where it is. I think it was out in the... Anyway, I've got it in here. Well, I'll show it to you. I've got a cell from it. But it was a live action hot air balloon flying over Europe, and Dumbo comes flying up to the balloon and does a little... blows his horn and then flies away again. And that was some of the first things I ever animated for a production. For a Disney cartoon.
Disney cartoon.
Nick is always reminding me, no, you actually did animate.
You actually did this. You may think you didn't do it, but you actually did.
I forget stuff I've done. It's been a long career, man.
I feel like Nick just has like a secret time machine. You just, every time you have one of these moments, he just goes back in time and checks that time frame.
Yeah, right. Oh, there she is. I just heard a car door shut.
Zonji asks,
Hey, Zonji, how you doing, man?
Would you say that curiosity to see the outcome of your own artwork also motivates you to start and complete work?
Yes, I totally agree with you. Hey, Vedanta. Is that Vedanta? Oh, yes, I totally agree with you. There's a point, when I'm creating a work, there's a point in the beginning where it's all tedious, hard work. It's the figuring it out, getting it laid out, getting your local colors laid in or whatever they might be. All of that is really hard, and it's hard to stay motivated through that. But then there's a tipping point where you start getting excited about it. An absolute tipping point where you're going, ooh, now I can see how it's going to come out. And that starts feeling pretty cool. These little guys are always really thin, and they're getting a little bit... Oh, actually, that's not too bad. And a little awkward.
It's all right.
Yeah.
Hey, did you need me?
I did. Hey, do you know that Vedanta? There's Vedanta. The Dumbo.
The what?
The Dumbo.
That's here.
Remember that Dumbo image that I
have
animated?
it.
Do you know where it is?
Oh, yeah, try to find it.
Yeah.
I think I know where it is.
I wanted to show everyone. It's just a still image, but it was kind of cool. I enjoyed doing it.
Loud Mel says, hey, Aaron and Dustin.
Hey, man.
Hope you're well. Can't believe it's been a year since the workshop in Sarasota.
I know, it's crazy. Crazy.
It's nothing but crazy. Is it weird that when I don't pressure myself to draw, I actually draw more?
It's right here.
Oh, yeah. Oh, it's right there.
It was right in your office.
You knew exactly where it
I
was.
did.
Oh, boom.
Because I changed the glass out.
Yeah,
Remember, it was broken.
Yep. This is it.
I'm showing your...
Yeah, so this was...
It's like a photo, but with a
I can't see.
hand-drawn cell.
Yeah, so there's the live action stat, and then there's the Dumbo right there, flying up.
Wow.
Get a lot
So,
of reflection on it.
that is... Oh, yeah, I see. Let's see. There it is. This is 30 years ago. Actually, more than that. This is
It was for like a Disney...
31 years
An
ago.
advertisement?
An advertisement? Yeah,
Was it?
It was a Disney advertisement.
It was
Disney advertisement.
Yeah. There's a
Yes.
Disney advertisement.
Disney advertisement, yes, yes.
Awesome.
Oh dear.
That'll be on eBay tonight, guys. No, just kidding.
Crazy.
Yeah, is it weird that when I don't pressure myself to draw, I actually draw more?
No, it's not weird at all. Because when you're pressuring yourself, you're just not wanting to do it. Hey, little guy. Just a little guy.
Hey, little guy.
When you really think about it, elephants, for as complex as they are, they're so unique. It's they really are made up of really basic shapes, especially the baby here. Now, a lot of this we're not going to see because I'm going to draw the mom in right over the top. How about a rhinoceros beetle with a rhino and color bashing them? With a rhino. That's pretty cool. Love your tiger and butterflies, by the way. Holy cow. Thanks.
Holy cow.
Holy cow. Hey, kid.
Hey, kid. I think we're in big trouble.
I think we're in big trouble.
Can we draw along with these live streams, or is that plagiarism?
No, it's not plagiarism. Come on. You can copy these all you want. I don't care. I want you to learn, man. As Bob Ross says, I want you to make happy little elephants. I want you to learn, and you can, a lot of times you learn by following along. So don't be afraid to follow along. There's Mama's leg. It's her big forearm coming down.
There we go.
There we go. There we go. Aaron, can you do an open animated movie initiative where anyone can work under you and learn the production pipeline hands-on? No.
Never.
Never. No, I don't know how I would do that. But it's a cool idea. I must say, it's a cool idea.
I do say, sir. I'm already out of questions?
Well,
What?
what? What is wrong? Hey, can you bring him out to Vedanta and tell her that he is in need of some attention? Our little guy, Max, our little toy poodle, he wants to go up the stairs, but hey, we're working. Poor little guy. So I'm drawing Mom's legs in here. I want to make sure I'm getting the anatomy right. And I don't cover up too much of the little guy.
Max wanted up the stairs.
Okay.
He keeps whining, and we're trying to...
I apologize for that.
Lord, I apologize for that
I
there.
mean, he is 101.
He is. Which is why someone should be watching him. Lily. There. Drawing fast. Drawing very fast. There we go. Alice says, may I suggest giving the baby elephant a spotted pattern with a patch on the eye, kind of like a dog? Well, since you suggested it, Alice, let's make it so. I was going to do stripes. But let's do something spotted. But I want to go wild with it.
Wow.
Wild.
Huh. Seems that
Yeah.
the Instagram servers are down.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Like I checked over the Instagram browser real quick and I'm getting an error, and then I checked my app and this is all I get on my main page.
Seems they're down.
That's no
Crazy.
good, sir.
Crazy for feeling so lonely. All right. The wrinkles on an elephant's front feet kind of favor the center. They don't just go straight across. They actually go up towards the center. It's really interesting. A little worthless piece of trivia for you. Why is Dustin checking his Instagram during a live stream? Why is that, Dustin?
There were no questions, but then next thing I know, I refreshed the Facebook.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden there are questions.
Maybe you'd know that if you paid attention to that. There you go. Hey.
I'm paying attention.
Why do I pay this guy? Tell me, everybody, why do I have this guy on payroll?
Are there tortoises or turtles that live near elephants?
Yes. African tortoise.
You could match the tortoise shell textures onto the elephant.
That's a cool idea.
Would you rather dive to the deepest place of the ocean or climb on the on Mount Everest?
Well, I know if I went up to Mount Everest, I'm so out of shape I'd suffocate. So I'll go down to the deepest parts of the ocean. Plus, there's been less people at the bottom of the ocean than there have been on top of Mount Everest. I'm on the top of the world looking down on creation and the only...
I was actually planning to head to the art supply store later today before signing up to the class, but what watercolor paints do you recommend?
Winsor Newton.
I have cheap ones, but I've been using, but want something of better quality.
Winsor Newton. Just go to my list. The list is on the website. The list is on the website. It's on the website, brother. Whoops.
I found this really old book in on my grandparents' basement. It was dusty and barely holding together. The pages were all blank except the last one page, which said, "How's Snow Bear coming?"
Har, har, har.
Har, har, har.
Well, it's coming along slowly. Like watching the ice melt. There we go. Got a basic composition in here. There. So he's hiding behind Mama.
Do you think a course on stop motion would be cool?
Yes. And we will be doing that at some point. Just not yet.
Is this elephant going to have a kind of skin disorder where he's partly albino?
I'm not thinking of it as a disorder. I'm thinking of this as a
Evolution.
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 As him yeah, like the next step. So this is just a temporary right here, just to get a sense of the framing for him. There we go. I like that on the mama. Hey, hey, mama. But much like the ice melt, we expect it to pick up pace soon. Exactly. All right, so I like this. I really dig this framing. Matter of fact, this little sliver of negative space on the right between the mom's leg and the edge of the composition is bugging me.
Uncle Trev says, "I want to learn too."
Uncle Travis. I tried calling you this morning, Uncle Travis.
Hey there, Uncle.
I'll call you later, Uncle Travis.
When drawing with graphite pencil, which pencil do you like the most?
Ebony pencils. This is wrong, man. My anatomy is wrong. That ankle is too low, or the wrist, I should say. It's too low. There we go. All right. We gotta win this race. Gotta win this race.
How do you stretch your paper for watercolor?
I'm not going to be stretching it this. Well, I might be stretching it. Actually, no. I've got some really good heavy. I'm just gonna tape it down because it's super heavy. But when I do decide to stretch my watercolor paper, I like to stretch it on actual. I'm talking to the camera now, Dustin. I like to stretch it. Are you on Instagram?
No, I'm needing to use this because the browser is not updating.
Oh, gotcha. I like to stretch it on wooden stretchers, like a oil painting stretchers for canvas. Because what that does is allows the paper to dry on both sides. If you just tape down your paper, you can only dry it from one side, and then the wet side, there's still a wet side against the board. But if you tape it, if you staple it, or actually, let me back up from there. What I like to do is wet the paper completely, get it completely soaked, so that it's absorbing moisture and swelling. That's why paper buckles when you get it wet, because it swells, and if it's being taped down, it'll buckle. And so what I like to do is get it wet, completely saturated, then get some of the excess water out of it, and then I lay it on those stretchers and I staple it. Start from each corner and pull it tight, and you're pulling it tight with each staple that you put in. And then I blow dry it to get it to, and when it dries, all that moisture goes out of it and it starts to shrink, and therefore it starts to tighten up, and by the time you're done, it sounds like a drum. It's really super tight. And what's interesting is because it was wet when you pulled it tight, when you get it wet again, it only goes back to how tight it was when you stretched it originally. So it'll never buckle because you stretched it when it was wet. So I know it's a long explanation, but I like to stretch it on wooden stretchers, and that way I can dry it from both sides. And then when you're done, you just cut it right out of the stretchers, and you're good to go. It's a very good technique. A technique.
Technique.
So, what am I doing?
I see some artists make the background very black. Do you know how to do that?
The background very black on
I think
what?
for watercolor.
Yeah,
like
you just
very
use a
black
lot of
watercolor.
pigment. Literally, you just use a lot of pigment.
Just layers upon layers.
Yeah, I'm just laying this in real quick. I'll go in with shoot. Move him back a little bit. I'll go in with a really very heavily saturated brush, heavily loaded brush with a lot of pigment.
So sorry, I was talking about graphite pencil.
Yeah, the ebony pencils. That's what I was saying. Yeah, ebony pencils. There might be one right there on the desk. Is there one on the desk? Out of all those?
These are all brushes.
Don't worry about it. Just forget it.
Forget it. Forget it.
Man, it's warm in here.
Yeah, these servers are acting weird.
Are we
Yeah, we're still streaming. We're still good.
transmitting okay?
You know, the questions then it updates to the late, but works fine.
Mobile.
a browser on the not gonna work today.
Streaming.
When we first started.
Yeah. Like 2 years ago. That old-fashioned way from 2 years ago.
To me, that is old-fashioned.
To me, an old-fashioned has got to have a little cherry.
That's my kind of old-fashioned.
Orange peel.
That's the kind of old-fashioned I like.
Stepfather, who I grew up with, and my father, Marshall, who I would see him in the summers. My whole family always worked hard and always kind of instilled that in me. No matter care if I was digging a ditch to put sprinkler lines in for its business when I was a kid, you learn how to work and play hard when you're done. And I know it sounds like an old man. I literally was up at 4:30 every morning, and I was out feeding the chickens, milking the goats. Yes, I milked the goats and feeding that. And we had to have all that done by about 5:30 in the morning, and then we had to set out for the bus stop and get to the bus stop by 6 because we were on the bus. And then school started at 7:15. I had an hour bus ride to school because we were so far out in the boonies.
Jay Price says, "Hi, Aaron. You suggested last week that I get Arch's watercolor paper.
Yes.
Well, I ordered some, and it's turned up yesterday.
Pretty nice stuff, isn't it? There we go. There's our...
I just joined. So sorry if it's already mentioned, but when is the Tigers poster coming for sale?"
Never. Never. Just because I already asked that question. Now I'm never going to do it. No. Actually, no one's asked that yet. We don't know yet. Nick and I are both in the middle of a move. And so we've got... Our offices are going to be moving, and our homes are moving. And... so we got a little bit of that to deal with, but once we're settled, then we'll get to those prints. So once again, I want to let you guys know today is the day that my brand new course on creating clear expressions is out. It is now out, but you can still get it at 40% off. We decided to extend the sale because we know everyone's still suffering from COVID. All around the world. I can't believe it's been a year and we're still going through all this and people are still kind of suffering economically, and Nick and I have a few ideas we're going to try to get to in the next few days or so.
Cisco says, "Thank you for the new drawing expression scores."
Hey, you're welcome. Hey, that's what we do.
Mandy Lee's asking, so anything fun to look forward to for the summer for you guys?
Well,
The summer.
we are definitely, Nick and I we've run our business. We've run our business for the last 7 years, or almost 8 years actually, over 160 miles apart from each other. We are, in the next couple of months, we are moving within 5 miles of each other. So we're going to be doing a lot of just business, but we like to hang out. You know, it's nice to have a business partner that's your friend as well. So, and we're also family. His wife is Vedanta's sister, my girlfriend. So that's convenient, right?
Right.
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 Yeah. So we'll do a lot of stuff. We just found out that Hawaiian Airlines has started flying direct from Orlando
Ooh.
to Honolulu.
Ooh.
And you know that's one of my favorite places
Mm-hmm.
ever. So maybe we'll do a little joint Hawaii trip. Maybe we'll do some live streaming from Hawaii. It's been a couple years since I've been. I was last there 2 years ago with Vedanta and I and Rob Reed.
Rob.
Yeah, oh man, that was a party. Houston, we have a problem.
Houston, we have a problem.
My buddy's Rob Reed. He's an awesome pro wakeboarder. He's got his own wakeboard school now, and we've known each other for 20 years, something like that. And man, he's a crazy man. It was a lot of fun, but he's a crazy man. Every time he shows up in town, that's our phrase. Houston, we have a problem.
That's when all hell breaks loose.
The last time, well, not the last time, but was it last year? He showed up standing on top of a taxi cab, street surfing it, with a beer in his hand, screaming at us, pulling in the driveway.
As he takes his luggage out of the cab, not only does he get his luggage, but he also goes back in to get another trip, which is a already half drunken case.
Yeah, that's good.
Corona.
Yeah, exactly. But he wasn't driving. He
wasn't driving. It was a cab. They paid the cab driver $100 extra bucks to let him ride on the roof when he came around the corner.
So we're all hanging out on our porch, and here comes Rob screaming, street surfing a cab.
And boy, did we have fun that night!
Holy moly, that went down in the history books. Remember saying "Good night, sweet prince" to Rob as he fell asleep on the couch.
Did it take you like 2 hours to get all you guys?
Yeah, that's an whole other story. And you were there. I was like, "Hey man, I could use some help." You're like, "Yeah, no, I'm gonna go back over to the other bar."
No, I wasn't even. No, I didn't even say I'm gonna go back to the other bar. We were already at the bar. We're like, no, I'm gonna stay here. I'm
Yeah,
good.
that's right.
As I'm getting my hair braided by a random girl at the bar. It was back when I had my long hair.
Twitch question: would it be worth it to get into digital art if I'm not an animator? Oh, of course. There's a lot of people out there doing digital art that aren't animators. Absolutely. Digital illustration is a thing. So, yeah, absolutely.
What is Hawaii like? I always wanted to go there.
It's everything you think it would be like. It's hard to explain it other than when I first went to Hawaii years ago, it was exactly the way I imagined it and better. I love Hawaii. Every island has its own personality. Kauai is just absolutely beautiful. It's the furthest out to the west, other than the small private island that the Hawaiians own. The natives own. I can't remember the name of it. Shoot, Lanikai.
There's also so many touristy activities you could do. I think it's on either Kauai or Oahu, but we did like an off-road buggy tour.
2004, we spent our family vacation, Christmas, and New Year's there.
Mm-hmm.
When Mom was
still
with us.
Was it 2 or 3 different islands?
We went to Oahu and Kauai.
Oahu and Kauai.
Yeah. We did horseback riding and hiking. We hiked the Nepali coast, all up through the cliffs.
A helicopter ride.
Yeah.
Off-roading, and even a submarine.
Did the submarine off of Honolulu.
Yeah. And the submarine's real cool. It's not like you think of like military, Navy or anything. They're these submarines that are anchored offshore, and you have to get there by a ferry. And when you get there, you climb down into the sub, and it's a long row of seats facing towards the windows, which are like little viewports. And it probably goes deep as like what?
Oh, they
10.
No, they went down about 20 feet. Yeah,
huh? Yeah,
20 feet.
And And there's just fish everywhere. New reefs growing on man-made reef spots. Old wrecks. It was pretty cool.
So I'm just initially going to color him in white, and then I'm going to lock that layer, and then we'll have some fun with the local color as the background.
Did you try the coffee from Hawaii?
Oh yeah. I've been to Hawaii quite a few times. I've got friends that live on the Big Island, and we go and get together every few years. I got friends that live in Oahu as well. So we get together in Oahu, or we get together on the Big Island. We have a good time.
Yeah, I really need to get back out there. Like every time you guys go out there, I miss my chance to. Like the last time I went was.
You only went the one time.
Yeah, it was the one time. I think it was
2004.
2004. So yeah, I was like 14 then. So.
Are you planning on making a video going through some or all of the books on your bookshelf? Actually, that's a great idea. You know what I did get? I just recently had delivered. When I moved from I had to sell my house when the studio I was working for went bankrupt. I had to sell my house, and I had to move into a smaller place. So I took most of everything I had, and I put it into a storage. Well, I didn't even do storage. I did pods, with the intention of getting them in the next year or two, and emptying them out in the next house that I was living in. Well, that just didn't work out. It didn't. I never emptied them out until, well, not emptied them, but I never had them delivered until 3 days ago. So my stuff has been in storage for 9 years. Haven't seen it. And so Nick and I are going to do, and I've got a lot of art in there, and we've got Disney memorabilia and the cats. And so Nick and I are going to kind of film that, going through it and seeing what we find. Because I haven't gone through it in 9 years. I think that could be fun. Already we found photo albums that, that I hadn't looked at in years.
The question of the coffee from Hawaii. Have you tried the chocolate macadamia coffee?
Oh yeah, I've tried all of it. Is Oahu anything like how it's portrayed in Lilo and Stitch? First of all, Oahu is only like one little snippet of Lilo and Stitch. I think Lilo and Stitch is actually based on Hanalei, which is on Kauai. Because I know the guys went to Hanalei. I'm pretty sure it's based on Hanalei, which I've spent some time in, which is a little town in the northern end of the north shore of Kauai. And it's very much like that, actually. It's very cool. Okay, let's keep going on this. So let's do this. I want to mess around. We're going to have some fun with color. See what we come up with. Just experimenting. I have no idea I don't have any plan for it. I'm just experimenting. Right now I have the layer locked. And this is just background color. We're going to be putting markings over the top of this.
It's probably me, but the mother's right front leg appears to be close to the same plane as the rear left, and at the same time, the front left leg appears closer to the viewer than the right leg.
Yeah, it's probably you. Yeah, it's just the rough drawing. I'm going to get to that. They're completely on the wrong planes. I'll adjust that in a heartbeat. I don't like the blue, so there's that. Actually, let's just go back to white and start over.
Aaron, did you eat the boots in Kimo? The spelled K-I-M-O? Kimo?
The what?
They're pancakes with the macadamia nut sauce.
Oh, yes, I've had that. I came home and started making that.
I don't remember that.
Yeah, I was making macadamia nut pancakes, remember?
I remember the crepes from Paris, but I don't remember the macadamia nut pancakes.
Fool? What?
I remember pancakes. I remember lots of pancakes. But I don't remember macadamia nut pancakes.
Well, I made them. I did them with banana as well. Macadamia banana pancakes.
Did you get a chance to surf the huge waves everyone talks about in Hawaii?
No, I would die. I did get in a helicopter and flew over them as they were doing tow-in surfing. We were flying right over them as they were doing tow-in.
Not only did we fly over them, but we also saw them from the beach side.
Yeah.
But never got in the same water. Nope.
I would always wanted to do big wave surfing, but I just needed to be a better surfer.
Pink elephants, the trippiest scene in Dumbo.
Oh, pink elephant! Hey, bingo! Bingo! That's what we're doing. We're doing a pink elephant with markings. I love that idea. That's what we're doing.
But you remember that bit from the Dumbo movie?
Yeah.
God, it is right. It is trippy.
That's an excellent idea. Capital idea. Now we get some little...
pink elephant with stripes or patterns?
Yeah.
What kind of patterns are you thinking? Like zebra, tiger?
I'm not sure yet. I just want him to be proud of who he is.
That's the memory is the first thing to go when you're old. I must have been old for a very long time because I tend to forget things a lot. And I've been that way since I was younger.
So within this, I'm just changing up. There we go. Why did I put that on top of there? I'm just changing up some of the variations in the pink.
Hi, Aaron and Dustin.
Hey, how's it going?
How's it going, eh? Is it okay to quote-unquote steal a pose from a famous painting and change everything else, but in a way that people still recognize the similarity with the original piece?
Yeah, I mean, you can call it an homage.
Or is that frowned upon in the art world?
I think you can. It depends. If it's public domain, like a well-known painting, then yeah, usually that's just seen as an homage. If you're taking something from an artist that is trying to make you a living, then that's plagiarism. Yeah, Nick was saying that he was pretty surprised. So was I, about how spot on Hanalei is in real life with how it is in Lilo and Stitch. It's pretty much perfect. It really is.
Oh, really?
Oh, it is. Yeah.
Is that where it's all taking place?
Yeah, Lilo and Stitch takes place in Hanalei.
And when it comes to like the town, the market, this the hotel, like were those spots based on real locations on that
Yeah.
in that area? Really?
Yeah. Now, well, they're based on the research that they did on those real locations, if that makes sense.
I think so.
They're not the real store, but they looked at the stores there and tried to create stores that felt similar.
Ah.
There we go. I love that pink elephant idea. See, always be open to ideas. Always. The force will be with you. Always.
Aaron, do you have any tips for
I don't know.
Any tips for good interior backgrounds for animation?
Make sure your perspective is good. But no, I don't. Do your research. Do a lot of research to make it look right. That we're talking about Lilo and Stitch, and their interiors were really caricatured, but super accurate because of the homes that they went into to research. The movie. Yeah, look at that. Look at this pink elephant. Oh, pink elephant.
Can you make his mom have a pink spot or something like a birthmark to add a link between them and how the baby's whole color was just originally a small mutation with his mom that grew with him?
Or maybe he's just a completely new, originated just with him.
I'll take that as a no.
Maybe. Any future projects planned with Tony Cipriano? I really enjoyed his sculpting course. No, I hate Tony Cipriano. We're not doing anything more with him. Of course, we've actually got a lot of stuff. He's gonna do a bust, like a portrait bust in clay. We're also talking about doing superheroes in clay. We got a few things planned with good old Tony Cipriano. Cipriano.
Tony. I have a simple question.
Just a simple caveman.
What desk are you drawing on, and how much of my soul I would need to offer to the devil?
Well, my current desk is just a desk I bought at
Office Depot.
Office Depot.
And
Office Depot.
And it took us a whole day
Took us a day to put it together. Yeah.
Yeah, because it doesn't come pre-assembled. We had a.
And it's not going out the door
Nope.
assembled either because it won't fit out the door. We put it together in my office.
It ain't going no way.
It is no going anywhere.
Yeah, there were so many moments where we're like, why is this not fitting? Oh, we got to start all over.
Yeah. Since we got pink, which is based on red, let's give them some green eyes. Now, elephants normally have a brown eye with a red line around it inside it.
How much do you think that desk was? How much was it? Like 200?
No, this desk?
Yeah.
No, I think it was about $500, something like that. All right. Now, here's the question. Let's start giving him some spots. But what do we want to do with those spots? I'm going to create a clipping mask. Nick says, I even have a new place Tony can come film us. Nick bought Tony's house. So Nick is moving into Tony's house. I even have a new place that Tony can come film us.
What about the mystical, religious stuff in the stories? Does Disney research those kinds of things?
We research everything. Everything.
Like for Brother Barry, you guys did a bunch of research on Native American stuff, right?
Yeah.
It's like the different spiritual stories and
Yeah.
what do they call it? Lore?
Folklore, yeah.
Folklore. That's it.
Do I want to go that spotted, or do we want to go a little bigger on the spots? I'm gonna go a little bigger on the spots. I think they'll be faded. I can manipulate them after the fact. Actually, I'll make them a little bigger. I mean, a little lighter. I'm gonna go opaque with them at first.
Dustin, do an impression of Stitch. Our Hannah means family.
Yeah.
Here we go.
I'm gonna vary up the sizes just like on a cat.
Uh-oh.
What
Our stream is having some issues.
is it? Let me stop my pause syncing. I don't think that's gonna do anything, but
We're slowly.
what was that sound?
Hello. Yeah, it looks like it's coming. Actually, it looks like it's starting to come back. Yeah, I don't know if it's something that has to do with what I was seeing before on the sites, but I think that might have something to do with that. Maybe the servers just are not working out, but we'll keep going. Yeah, we're back in the green again. All right,
Are we live?
we're
now?
live.
Okay.
It went down for a minute, but we should be back up and running now.
Hey everybody, we're back.
We're back. We're back. Hello. When are you moving into the new house?
Hopefully in the next 2 weeks. Gotta follow the form. Not sure this is great, but why not? I'm just gonna roll with it. Don't always end up with a great image. Could be kind of interesting. I want it to be fun.
So
What about
much
stripes?
fun.
No, I'm not digging the spots. Are you digging the spots? I don't like them.
Let's say try like maybe a zebra pattern style.
We did zebras last week. But actually, you know what? It's not a bad idea. Let's do this. See, I wanted to be like different colors and stuff. Like something just completely bizarre. I don't know if you can get it to look right. Hey, Aaron, you could add Morpho Guitardi butterflies to this pink elephant painting. The pink, purple, blue colors of them would look awesome. Morpho Guitardi butterflies. I gotta look those up. It's too dark.
What about patches like a painted horse?
That's interesting. I'm just going to try making up my own markings.
No, since I toned down the opacity for the spots.
I'm going to. I need to make them. I need to put them in before, so I can see the shape. Dustin said the same thing. I'm going to tone that down. Right now, I'm just going for the actual, how they're sitting. Just going to make up my own here. Oh, there they are. Oh, those are awesome. Thanks, Nick.
Yeah, I was thinking the same thing. What about blue stripes, maybe?
That's what I'm thinking too. So I'm going to get these stripes and I can change the color. I was actually thinking about doing like rainbow. Just all kinds of colors.
Mm.
I'm getting in over my head because we've been at this for an hour and 15 minutes and I've just barely getting this far. This is kind of cool. I like this.
The stripes make it look like a warrior to be. I think a panda elephant would be nice, eating bamboo.
Oh, that's cool.
I actually could try panda patterns.
Oh yeah, you could do that. But no.
Yeah, no.
Because we're already here. I'm just going to keep doing this.
Yeah, no. 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 Where's the preview sample video from the new course on expressions you mentioned at the beginning? Trying to see if I need it right now.
I'm not sure if it's uploaded yet. It might not be uploaded yet. Just hold on tight. Just hold on loosely.
I do have the monthly streaming membership, but not sure if I have the patience to wait.
Yeah, I'm saying, yeah, if you've only got the monthly streaming, you're gonna have to wait a while before this comes out to that for that. Preview's not up yet. It's going up shortly. There you go.
It will be there.
It will be done. Yeah, the butterflies are iridescent. I've got some Morpho butterflies, just not the kind that that was mentioned. Yeah.
Disney stories. Did they originate from one story in Germany?
No. Nope. Not all of them. That I know of, anyway.
Hey, Gabby's back. Says, okay.
Gabster!
Just said, okay, I just got back. I'm at work, so I'm in and out. Is that a pink elephant?
Yes, it's a pink elephant on parade.
Pink elephants on parade. I feel like watching that or listening to that song after this.
There we go. There.
Hey, Aaron.
Hey, what?
How would you approach drawing light from a TV set for an interior room background?
Well, it depends on the lighting in the room. Is the TV the brightest thing in the room? Because if it is, then you can get some cool effects with that. Like a night shot, you know?
It could also depend on if the TV is acting static or if there's actually something playing on the TV.
Yeah, but either way, it's still, if you know, you got to ask yourself if it's the brightest thing in the room. There we go. Each little segment is going to have its own little stripe. Just having fun with stripes. There. Isn't he quite the little looker? Nothing, huh?
Nothing.
You got nothing?
Not a pip.
I like drawing this little guy.
Does the Birds of Prey course come with additional reference photos or just with the drawings made in the course?
It comes with some additional photos.
Yes.
That's kind of neat. I kind of like that. I think we can make that work. So I want to remind you guys, our new course on creating clear expressions is out now. Woohoo! And it's a good time to maybe pull the slide. There you go. You got it.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah, you're on it. And tomorrow is my live event on painting animal portraits in watercolor. And there's still room for that. So if you want to go over to creatureartteacher.com/live, you can get all of that there. It's going to jump all the way back here.
I've got a really random question.
Yeah.
What do you think happened at Roswell? Roswell?
I think it was a weather balloon.
Not sure if you answered when you went down. And what is it meaning by about Roswell was a weather balloon?
Yeah, you know, it's the Roswell's where supposedly the alien spaceship crashed and all that. I don't think it was an alien spacecraft. I think it was the mylar material looked like a weather balloon. I don't think it was alien. I believe in aliens. I just don't think they've found us.
It's a spaceship.
The odds are too great. It's not even finding a needle in a haystack. It's like finding a grain of sand in a solar system.
That came from outer space. They knew it was rabbit season. So is he in Ilibra? Zifant?
Well, it started out, I was just kind of making up the stripes. Now they're coming out like a zebra. But it wasn't meant to be totally like a zebra. But it is coming out that way, isn't it?
Just a little bit.
Just a little bit.
Just a little bit.
Well, this is going to take more time than we have, that's for sure. But we'll get through as much as we can.
The aliens are fed up with us. I am sure the moment the aliens see our planet come to orbit and see what kind of newsreels we make, like, yeah, forget this, I'm out of here. How important is having the right Photoshop brushes? How many do you use in one painting?
2, 3. It depends. You know, the brush, you can, you know, it's important to have good brushes if you're trying to come up with a certain look, but it's not, the brush doesn't make a great painting, it's the artist. You know, you can do great paintings with standard Photoshop brushes. You don't need to have custom brushes. But it does help to have a variety of brushes. And quite often I'll just, if I'm trying to do a certain thing, I'll make my own brush to cover. Like, yeah, the other day I was, when I was painting those elephants, I needed I was getting bogged down with all the texture on the elephants, and so I created an elephant texture brush. Matter of fact, I'll show it to you. Let's save this. If we drop way down here, I've got this brush right here. If I blow this way up, whoops, that's blowing up a little bit big. And if we get some light color, oops, I gotta, what's going on? I'm on the wrong layer. Jeez.
Oh, jeez.
This is all, there we go. Just creates textures. Actually, that works better if it's dark.
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 There, see?
So dark and dark.
It's great for an under texture. That is all.
That is all. Are you planning to go to Africa as soon as it's possible? And will Dustin make a photo reference pack?
Yes, and yes.
Fingers crossed. Has studying zebras and other animals you've drawn helped determine the way you create the stripes or markings?
Yes. Got it. It absolutely does.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. How we doing, Dustin? Any questions?
Nope, not at the moment.
What about on any of the other platforms?
Uh,
Maybe you can scan some of the other platforms.
Are there any new questions from Nick?
YouTube question. Do you ever do paintings where you force yourself to use one brush with one brush setting to really get that painterly look, or do you have suggestions to get more painterly appeal? I usually try to get my brushes to look more painterly. That helps. But you know, there's several techniques that you can. I mean, there's a lot of different ways to get a painterly look to your digital paintings.
Do you have any interesting elephant stories from your trips to Africa?
We got charged by one on my first trip to Africa, and she was not happy. This was in Tanzania. She did not want us around. She had dealt with poachers before, and so humans are not high on her list. We're not high on her list, so for good reason. So we got a little too close to the herd, and she didn't like it, so she started coming after us. We had to kick it into reverse and fly back down the 2-track, but she just kept coming and coming and coming. We probably went about a quarter mile before she stopped.
Is that where that elephant painting that I always liked came to be?
Yep. A big portrait.
Yeah.
What's your favorite art medium, Aaron? I think probably watercolor. I love watercolor. And charcoal. I love drawing. Then also animation, if that's considered a medium.
Was there a scene in one of the movies you animated that frustrated you or even dreaded working on?
There were scenes that were really difficult. There's one that I've talked about quite a bit in Trail Mix-Up, which is a little Roger Rabbit cartoon, where I had to animate Roger caught up in a rope, and he's spinning and swinging like a pendulum, but also spinning and swinging in a circle and slowing down at a believable rate, and he's talking and acting all at the same time. It was very, very difficult to animate.
Will you do a course on how to draw story and visual development?
Yes. We've got a course coming out with more story from Tim Hodge.
Timmy.
Travis Blaise, my brother, will be doing one also.
Any idea yet when you'll be doing folio reviews?
No, I don't have any idea on that yet. But it's something that we're really interested in doing, obviously. Okay, sorry, I'm thinking. Here we go.
Thinking.
Let's try adding some color to it. Oops.
One of the stripes on his mouth looks like another mouth smiling, and it looks kind of cute.
Yeah, that's because I want him smiling a little bit. So let's give him some color here. See, I've locked I've locked the stripe layer. So I can only paint on the stripe layer. I have to go a little dark on that.
I tried doing a head turn animation. I started with my keyframes and then in-betweens, but it looks kind of flat and disorderly weird. Any advice?
Say it again.
I tried doing a head turn animation, and I started with my keyframes and then in-betweens, but it looks kind of flat and distortly.
Well, make sure, check your perspective, because you're probably hitting some weird perspective in the turn as it turns. And make sure that your in-betweens are even to get a nice smooth, head turn on there. They don't always have to be even, but I think for what you're doing, and if you're just learning, it's probably a good place to start, making them even.
Will you add your library courses about how to draw comics and how to use Copic markers?
Yes, we are going to actually be doing one on how to use Copic markers. That'll be coming up in within a year. We have a person for that. We just haven't worked it out yet. What do you think of that? That feels kind of neat, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Let your true colors shining through. There we go. Cute little guy.
Well,
Are there any animators from India who have worked for Disney? Not sure, to be honest. I know Disney has had offices in India in the past, unless maybe they were freelancing. I can't remember. I don't know. There we go. He's a little guy, little colorful guy, isn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cute.
Yeah.
Meh. Meh.
Now the question is, how do we want to? I got to get the mom drawn in pretty quick. I'm not gonna have time. I'm just gonna focus on him. We're already an hour and a half into it.
Yeah, it's currently 2:35.
Do we want the light to be? Do we want her casting shadow over him? Let's try that. Let's see what that looks like. Set that to multiply. And we'll make it warm shadows. What I kind of want to have the light down low and just casting a shadow across so we still get enough light on him. It's going to follow the form and come up and around. So I've created a new layer. I've set it to multiply, and I'm just creating this shadow that her leg is casting across him. And then there'll be a little bit of shadow off to the right.
What's the smallest sketchbook you have drawn on, and the most strangest surface you have used to make art?
I had a little 5x. I've had little 5x7 sketchbooks. I'm trying to think of the weirdest surface. I painted on people. And now he's getting a little form to him, see? He's getting some form, say?
Gotta make some form there, say? Don't forget to send this to Walt. You'll love that.
Okay, so I'm going to have the belly cast a shadow. Her belly cast a shadow on him. Like the light is slightly up in the air, but it's still kind of sunsetish. It's sunsetish. And probably here is where that back leg is casting a shadow.
Have you ever done artist trading cards and traded with some colleagues?
No, I don't know what artist trading cards are. It's a cool idea. Nick, let's do it. Let's come up with artist trading cards. There we go. Starting to get a little form to him.
When you zoom out, it's like how you take a step back to look at the painting.
That's exactly why I do it. It's exactly why I do it. Because when you shrink it up, it tightens up, and you can see if the details are working or not. When you have it all zoomed in, it's hard to see the forest for the trees. You got to see it all together.
All together now.
All together.
Oh, they're like baseball cards.
Yeah.
I love that the cards are great for beginners to get art out there.
Art. You get some art. Yeah, you get some art out there, eh?
Gotta get some art out there. You gotta make an impression.
How's it going, eh?
How's it going there, bud?
So I'm going to get a little texture in here.
I'm all out of questions.
I'm all out of love.
I'm so lost without you. I know you're right. I'm out of love.
Just creating little bits of texture on this little guy.
Just a little bit.
Yeah, with the shadows. This would be the shadows coming in on his hair. On his hair. Twitch question: I got rejected from an art school for animation today. Any tips on how to make it next time? Yeah, well, obviously, I'd like hearing that. Don't give up. That's the biggest thing. I'd be curious as to listen, get a critique from them. I'd be curious as to why you got rejected, and whatever that critique is, take it to heart, because I don't know the reasons for the rejection, so it's hard for me to give you any advice other than don't give up. So I would press them to get a critique of your work to find out why you were rejected, so that you have something to work on and work towards. I think they owe you that.
Never give up. Never
Any art
surrender.
school that's worth anything will do that for you. If they're not willing to give you the critique to tell you what you need to work on, I wouldn't go there. Straight up.
Aaron, what's your thoughts on Banksy?
I think it's a cool, he's a cool phenomenon. It's more about the mystery of him, right?
Who's Banksy?
He's kind of this guerrilla artist, kind of comes into the night strikes and started with a lot of graffiti. Now he's kind of doing stuff as a statement. We've got people talking.
So he's a street artist.
It's all pretty cool stuff.
When will you and Dustin stream the duet virtual concert?
This is all you get, people. I'm sorry you got. I'm going back to the person that got rejected from animation school. It's a bummer when you get rejected. I know it's hard to take, but take it from a guy that's been around the block. You just got to get back on the horse and do it again. Don't give up. But like I said, definitely push them for a critique, because that will help you immensely.
I'm also a seafood fanatic, but for fish,
So am I. If I see food, I eat it.
I use lemon pepper, but looking at other seasoning ideas, note these are not fried or breaded, but baked, air fryer or oven. What recipes do you use for making fish?
I fry in olive oil a lot of times if I'm cooking salmon, or I'll bake in the oven if I'm doing like a halibut or any kind of big white fish. And a lot of times I'm adding in capers and olives and tomato and things like that. Kind of a Mediterranean style. I love cooking fish in the Mediterranean style. Tends to be my favorite.
Aaron, have you ever tried to play the banjo?
We've got a banjo. I'm terrible at it.
You do?
Yeah.
Oh, Vedanta.
Yeah, we got a banjo. Sitting right in the living room.
I forgot about that. Doesn't Ronnie play banjo?
Somewhat. Yeah.
He can't play banjo.
Yeah, he plays better. Well, he plays banjo better than me, put it that way.
Was he the only one in the Disney crew that played banjo, or was there another?
There's another.
There's always another.
No, Chad Farron, I think, played banjo.
I'm turning 29. Is it too late to get into animation?
Oh my gosh, you're just a kid. You're just a kid.
You're a year younger than me.
No, it's not too late. Man, the things I could do if I was 29 again.
Right.
But I'm not, so I just do them at 53. That was half my life ago. Almost. There we go. Get some nice bright color there. You got Doris Day stuck in your head?
Thanks to you. Whatever will be, will be. I started drawing and animating at 29. Now I'm 56 today. Is all we
Hey,
have. Go, go,
happy
go,
birthday.
go for it.
Happy birthday. Right on your heels.
I think I mispronounced it because it was now I'm 56 ... Today is all we have. Go, go, go for it.
Yes. I agree. I've changed my careers a couple times over.
Yeah, I went from a 3D depth artist to photography to video editing. Well, along with photography. There's no such thing as too young.
Sure.
Sure. And heck, I remember watching, I think it was on Britain's Got Talent, of like this 80-something-year-old woman like salsa dancing with a guy.
Yeah.
And she's like getting flipped and twirled and all over the place, and everyone's freaking out. Like there's age is only a number.
Actually, I want to change. Let's go do this. Got to get on the mom real quick. Should I go dark behind him or light? There's that. I can go. I'll get the dark. The dark will get him to pop a little bit.
Yeah, the dark will get him to pop, but then it makes some areas of the mother harder to see.
Oh, I'll get the mother to pop. I'll get her to pop. Don't worry.
Oh, I'll get her to pop.
She doesn't have any light on her yet.
Yeah, I say go dark.
Yeah.
The light will make going light will make it harder to focus on him. I'll make her pop. Pop goes the weasel.
Baby.
Hail to the king, baby. Since it's sunset, will you warm up that background?
I might. I'll probably do a little orange tint over it. I'll show you in just a minute. Right now, I want to get her painted in.
I'm heading out for supplies. Thanks for the stream. It's been really inspiring and looking forward to tomorrow.
Right on. Go get your
Wow.
supplies.
Oh yeah, she's a lollipop Ellie. I want her on a t-shirt. That would be cute.
A little light, but that's okay. Once I get her all colored in, then we can get her in the right color. Hey Aaron, how do you choose where to put more line weight or less? It looks so natural to you. You know, over the year, it's something I don't think about anymore. But a lot of times I'm putting more line weight where I want emphasis and where I want, it's a lot of times where a shadow is deeper or on the shadow side of something. I'll put more line weight there. It has to do with the lighting in my head that I'm playing with. Or sometimes it's just intuition too. Sometimes it's where something turns in a certain way and I feel like I want to put some emphasis there. You know, sometimes it's just purely aesthetic. Like I said, it's something I've been doing for years, and so I don't really think about it. So I don't know about. It's hard to define what I'm thinking about when I do it.
Working on a barn owl painting and using your foliage brushes for depth in the background. Thank you.
Hey, you are welcome. I'm gonna go a little cooler with her, a little darker. There we go. Maybe a little warmer as we go work our way up towards the top. So once again, my course on how to draw clear expressions is out today. It's out right now. You can download it. Hopefully you'll dig it because I really had fun making it. But you can still get it at 40% off. It's we're extending the sale through the weekend. The price does go up on Monday, so if it's something you're interested in, jump on over and grab it. Or if you're already a premium member, you have full access to it automatically with your membership. So that's one of the benefits of being a member is for those of you that are wondering, membership gives you access to everything on the site. and um, anything new. Plus, it gives you discounts on live events and all kinds of stuff. It's a good deal, man. It's a good deal. I want to get her a little blotchy. She's just a little blotchy. Just a little bit.
My question is, can I capture a minute or so of this stream, do a voiceover, and share about your school? I know others do it. Is that legal? Then
as long as, hey, if you're promoting us, go for it.
Do it.
Do it.
Yeah. Do it.
So, are you doing it for TikTok, I'm assuming, or something like that?
I think just promoting the channel. I think it's for.
You okay?
And then share it on our YouTube channel, so they'll be promoting
it
through their YouTube channel. Kind of like a
yeah,
like an ad deal or something. Do it.
We're getting there. Just hold on loosely. All right, let's get some shadows in here, shall we?
Yes.
Shall we? All right, so keeping the lighting similar. And then I'll go in with the finer detail in just a bit here.
Oh, it's gonna be YouTube, then sending it to kids at schools.
Oh, cool.
That's what they're talking about.
That's awesome. Twitch comment. This reminds me of zebra stripe gum. It's funny. I was going to say the same thing earlier. I just couldn't remember the name of the gum. Aaron, I have a problem. My teacher of anatomy for drawing is making my classmates and I know the names of the muscles, but not learning how to draw them. What can I do to get better? Draw them. That's how you. That's, you know, you're going to have to go within the confines of what your teacher's telling you to do. Unfortunately, I think it's important to understand the masses, and it is important to know, to a degree, the names. Yes, and I don't know every single little muscle, but I know the difference between your deltoid and your trapezius and your quadriceps and your triceps and your your flexors and extensors, biceps, all that kind of stuff. Latissimus. It helps to know all that, so you have a reference to talk from. You know what I'm going to do? You know what I'm going to do?
What are you going to do?
Tell you what I'm going to do, what I'm really going to do. I'm going to come up here. I'm going to set this to overlay. Not enough color in this little guy. And I'm going to go way over here. Actually, I'm going to put this... doggone it. What happens if I do this? Yeah, see, it kills the... It kills his stripes. Trying to get some more color in him. I want him to be more vivid. That's too much.
I'm drawing a dragon, but I can't get a fluid body shape. It's a long, noodly type with short, ferret-like legs. Now, how do I make it look natural rather than stiff?
Well, look at ferrets. Look at how they're built. Look at animals that are built the same. Look at animals that are built the same. And that will be your inspiration. So here I'm trying to get a little bit more vivid color in here. I feel like on this one, kind of drawing too much attention over here. But this is a hard one when you get color this vivid, you know?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
I know what you're saying.
Yeah, just kind of experimenting at this point. I'm going to go right on top of layer 4. Start adding some color here. What you got? You got anything for me?
Not at the moment.
Dang, come on, people.
Come on, people, give us some questions.
I'm going to do my rim light thing that I always do.
Classic.
Classic. My crutch.
I want to hug this elephant.
See, one of the things, yeah, me too. One of the things that adding these types of lighting effects does is it allows you to really emphasize the texture as well. Like all the little ridges on this little guy.
Will this be available as a print?
I'm not sure. I'm struggling with it right now. I'm a long way from being done. If I like it, yes. I think we'll get there. I'll get there.
We'll get there eventually. Hey, Aaron.
Hey, what?
Do you feel your work changed or developed as you became digital?
Yes. Without a doubt. Yep, I became a better artist. One of the things that digital art allowed me to do is not be so hung up on ruining a good piece of paper. So I got a lot freer with my art. Yep, absolutely agree with that statement.
Did you mention where you were moving to?
Nope. I'm still in the Orlando area.
Aaron, you always remind me of John Goodman, especially your voice.
Thanks. I don't know if that's good or bad.
Make it a 0!
It's got papers. Dude, that's not the right nomenclature.
Next time, could you make something half human, half animal?
No. Of course. Sure. Why not? I'll take that challenge. Yeah, see, getting this in here really helps. Getting that rim light on them.
I want to say thank you for struggling live. You're teaching us that things can be worked around and that struggle isn't the end of the world.
No, it's not even that it's the end of the world. It's part of the process. If you're not struggling with your art, then you're not working hard enough. You know, these pieces here that I showed you earlier, these, where are they? Oh, they're gone. But the butterfly insect ones, every single one of those was a struggle. But that's what got me more inspired, because it was something that I thought of and wanted to come up with, and I struggled through it to get it done, to work it. Nothing worth anything is easy.
I just want to say thank you. Your classes have helped me to get back to drawing. I just retired from the Army after 28 years.
Wow, holy moly. Thank you for your service.
I'm 50 and about to go to the Academy of Art at San Francisco. Again, thank you.
Oh, that's awesome. Congratulations.
You're never too old to get into art. Prime example right there.
Yep, that's awesome. I love hearing that. There, so adding this little secondary light source, whoops, there we go, really does get it to pop a little bit, a little better.
Justin, have you thought of a name for this little elephant? Why is that my job? Well, that's a sound, not a name. I did like I don't remember who said it, but the Zavant.
Oh yeah. It's a cute little fella. I'm kind of liking how he's coming out.
Yeah.
It's a cute little fella.
Bless its little heart.
See, that's the thing. You don't need to create art. I just use, the bare minimum of reference, and then I let my imagination run. Twitch question: can you name 3 animators alive or deceased that you would love to do a project with? Glenn Keane, James Baxter, and Richard Williams. That's easy.
Are you using normal mode for the edge lighting?
Yes. Yes, I am.
Yes, I am.
Dude.
Bruh.
Very undude. Let me do this. Let me go Actually, I'm going to keep this one normal. I want to try an experiment. I'm going to go really bright. I'm going to do my brush on color dodge. I'm going to knock it down to about 36. And I want to hit some. I'm going to work on the texture on the face. The wrong brush. I don't like that brush for that.
Yeah, do you sometimes draw horror things when you're mad or something? Like, does your drawing theme based on your mood?
Not necessarily, no. Sometimes I do. I find that I have a hard time just drawing in general if I'm mad. So I try to be very chill.
Who's your favorite traditional painter?
Oh, geez, I don't have. That's hard to. That's a hard question. I don't know if I'm trying to. Sorry, I've got to think about this for a second. Trying to think about what I'm trying to do here. Might have to do something different with my favorite traditional painter. Well, right now, one of my favorite live traditional painters is Jeremy Lipking. I think the guy's incredible. Doggone it, don't like it. I think what I have to do is this. I'm going to have to take him. I have to take all of these and put them in a folder. I'm going to copy that and merge it. Oh, hold on. I did something weird here. Oh, I copied it. There we go. Okay, that's where I want to be. So I'm going to take this and this, put that in a folder, copy it, merge it. So now I've got our little guy all in one layer. And now I want to try burning. Now it's giving me what I want. I needed to do it right on the layer directly.
I think we got a
Twitch question: are you going to do as much detail on the mother elephant, or just keep her out of focus and loose? I'm going to keep her pretty out of not focus, but loose. Yes. Trying to get what I'm trying to do now is highlight some of the textures.
Okay, I'm watching my wife stream this while I code my game, but now I have an important question. Would you rather live near Solo or Lando? Star Wars.
No, I know. I'm because Lando's got Cloud City. See, I dig Cloud City.
I like Cloud City.
I don't know. I'm gonna have to say Cloud City.
And then Solo does have the Falcon.
Yeah, but it's broken down half the time. So I'm trying to I'm using a dry brush, and actually I could use my other dry brush. Got another dry brush down here that's a little bit more grainy. And it's going to give them some nice texture. Oh, geez. I was wondering why it wasn't looking right.
What's up?
I didn't set it to color dodge. There we go. That's better.
There we go.
So it's got a, if I blow this up, you can see it's got a nice texture to it. When I hit it with color dodge with this brush. Really gets them to sparkle. There. Which animated film do you think will win the Oscars this year? Soul or Onward or Wolfwalkers or Over the Moon? Here's who I think deserves it. I think Wolfwalkers deserves it. Do I have enough faith in the Oscars to give it to who I think deserves it? No. I think Pixar has the
Deep pockets.
yeah, so I would rather see Wolfwalkers win it. I think it's been making a lot of waves, so maybe people will notice it. There we go, getting some nice little sparkles in there. So who knows? I could be surprised. Who knows?
Surprise, surprise, surprise.
I wasn't much of a fan of Onward.
Love how the color's looking shiny.
Yeah. Yeah, this is through the...
Nice sheen.
I'm using the color dodge blend mode for the brush.
Ah. And which brush is it you're using again? Is it the same one?
This is one of our dry brushes.
Ah.
In our dry brush set. This is one that we made. You and I. And it's available in our Photoshop brush sets.
You and I.
Yeah, Nick says it's a two-way race between Soul and Wolfwalkers. I agree. I think Soul might have an advantage. But I'm hoping that the Academy, the people that are voting, really took the time to sit and look at their screeners instead of just what they saw on TV. And I hope that they do that, because they'll find that Wolfwalkers is a great film. Soul is great as well. Don't get me wrong. I think Pete Docter is a brilliant director. And I think the crew that made Soul is brilliant. But I just, knowing what Wolfwalkers went through to make their film, how they make their films, and the quality of that film on such small budgets that they are able to use, I think they've created a masterpiece. And I don't mean it deserves it because it had to go through a hard time to make it. I think no. I think it's truly a superior, wonderful film. But I really loved all the films that came out this year.
Hi, Aaron and Dustin.
Hey, how's it going, E?
Hey, how's it going, E? What are your biggest fears in life?
Missing out on not having done something. Being on my deathbed and realizing there's something I could have done more. More I could have gotten out of life. Spending time with my family. Although we spend a lot of time together, you and I. I'm kind of getting sick of you.
Fine, I guess I'll leave. I'll just move back to Canada then.
The cold white north.
Back to the Great White North. I always had the fear of being alone, like going somewhere or doing something alone.
See, I don't know why you fear that. You should embrace that, man.
No, to me, it's depressing.
Oh, you gotta be comfortable with having yourself as a good friend, man. I'm my own best company.
When I was your age, I was never even invited to a party. Look at me now.
Yeah, that's fun. Yeah.
Hey, Dustin, what is your favorite subject to photograph? Well, the things I photograph the most is birds, because that's the most common thing we have here in Florida.
Yeah.
But I would love to get more photos of bears.
Oh, yeah.
Like, I want to start making it after COVID, I want to start making it a yearly tradition.
A yearly tradition.
A yearly tradition-y to go to Yellowstone National Park.
Yellowstone.
And try to get photos of wildlife out there, like bison and bears and moose.
It's a
you know,
yearly
the great
tradition.
western northern wildlife out there. As much as I like the birds out here, it's starting to feel kind of stale.
Well, you never went out to Merritt Island. You could have gone on your own. You didn't need to go. You didn't need me to go.
Well, I always like riding in the bed of the truck, and plus it gives me more freedom. Like, if I drove out there, I would have a hard time.
If you need me every time you need to go make photographs, then you got a short career ahead of you.
I just need to find better spots where I don't need to drive to the trail. I can just walk.
I'm just getting rid of some of the pencil line. We're gonna have to call it pretty soon because it's getting late. We're not able to finish this, but I am gonna finish this one. I like this one. Maybe we'll make some. Maybe we'll make some prints out of it, eh, Nick? Nick here.
Nick.
Nickarini.
Do you have somewhere you need to be after this stream?
Who, me?
Yeah.
Yeah, here. We're getting ready for tomorrow. You and I got some work to do. Why do I pay this kid? Why do I pay this kid? Just kidding.
Mm-hmm.
I know why I pay you. Because I'd be lost without you. I'm so lost without you. So I'm going to go in here and just hit some pink highlights. And get the eye.
Could this maybe be a subscriber wallpaper?
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, have you thought about turning some of these art pieces into desktop wallpapers?
No. Nick, have we thought about that?
I think that'd be pretty neat.
I'm sure we've thought about it. I know we've talked about it.
Come on, Nick, we've talked about this.
So I'm going to hit the promotion button again. We have my brand new course on creating clear expressions is out. It is out.
Finally.
So, nice. So, go on over to Creatureartteacher.com and check it out. The sale is continuing on through the weekend at 40% off. There we go. Kind of trying to talk and hit these highlights the way I think they need to be hit at the same time. Having a hard time.
With the gray.
Yeah, with the gray. And then also, don't forget my my live stream tomorrow. I've got an all-day event on painting animal portraits in watercolor. So that's going to be a lot of fun. And that starts at 11 a.m. You can still there's spots available. So go on over to creatureartteacher.com/live and you can get it all there. Live on CBS.
Live.
And I want to mention again, all the other animals I was showing you earlier, we're going to have prints of them. And if people are interested in this little guy, we'll probably get some prints made of him. I kind of like him. Yeah, Cartoon Saloon has only made 4 features. All 4 have been 2D and nominated for Best Feature. Yeah, I knew that. Yeah, they're definitely due, for sure.
Oh, the almost glittery effect of the textures on his skin.
Yeah, I used to do that with the elves that I was creating for Disney when I was designing them. There's a little technique I came up with the using a textured brush, and you do color dodge over it. It gives a great effect. Now here, what I want to do, let me go back to color dodge. Knock it back a little bit. Just hit some of this rim lighting a little hotter. The color dodge tool.
The color dodge tool. Never forget the color dodgy. Any new last minute questions? Come on out here, bud. Don't be shy.
We'll get some shadows going across here in a minute. Got quite a lot to do on this little guy.
A lot more to finish off.
Oh man, Mom. I'm going to continue after the live stream and get it finished. After you and I get done, of course.
Of course. Should I do the basic sketch, or should I have the basic sketch ready for tomorrow? Or will you be sketching 2 before using the watercolor?
I'll be sketching 2. So you can sketch along with me, or you can be prepped with your sketch. I draw pretty quickly, so I would recommend that you have your sketch ready if you can. Otherwise, it's fine. You just have to keep up. That's all. I gotta fix some of this lighting. There we go. Get some fake shadows in there. Just rough them in.
Do you have any questions for us, Dustin? How was your day?
There. Can I use gouache paint in the watercolor class? It's not. You can use, yeah, if you want. But it's not watercolor. So I'm teaching watercolor. I'm not teaching gouache. So you can use whatever you want, but it's not going to be watercolor. Gouache is opaque watercolor, but it has a lot of different attributes that are completely different than the way we're going to be. We're not working opaque tomorrow. We are working completely transparent. Which is a watercolor trait. Have you been to Wekiva Springs up past Altamont? Lots of trail and plenty of wildlife there. Had a deer just chilling near us, not 15 feet away from the trail. Yes, I have been to Wekiva. I love it there. I love it. I'll be there a lot. There we go. Which technique should you use first as a beginner to learn perspective? Studying simple objects, perspective through measurement methods, or trying to get as accurate as possible intuitively? Well, you're not always going to be able to use using measuring methods when you're out. So I would say, you know, being able to see it and just draw it intuitively is the best bet. But if you don't understand what's actually happening with perspective, then it's not going to help you out much. I've got I started learning perspective when I was 8 years old, and I've learned a lot over the years. And I put together last year a course on perspective, where I cover both 1-point, 2-point, and 3-point perspective, and also doing perspective to scale. So there's a lot of information in there, and I highly recommend it if you're looking to learn perspective.
Will you add reflective pink light from the baby onto the mother?
Yep. When I get to her, I don't think I'm going to get to her today. Now the stripes are all baked in. Well, there we go. Let's flop it.
Flop it.
Flop it good. I kind of like that. I wonder if we could even crop it.
Crop it. Crop it good.
And then here. Crop that whip. What do you think? For showcasing him. I think that's better. Yeah, I think that's a better overall just composition. So anyway, that's as far as I'm going to go today. We've been at it for almost, what is it, 2.5 hours. Do you paint loose for watercolors or try to tighten up? Are you familiar with Alex Ross's super tight watercolor style? Yes, I'm familiar with his watercolor style. I do both. So I like to paint loose. I like to paint tight. I've got techniques for both. Tomorrow it's going to be somewhere in the middle. You know, each painting is going to be a 3-hour painting. And so there's going to be a fair amount of tightness in there and detail work. But I want you to, you know, I'm a big advocate for letting whatever medium you're using do what it does best. And watercolor is great at just letting it bleed and kind of do what it wants to do. And so we're definitely going to be doing a little bit of that tomorrow. But anyway, this was fun. Our little, here we go, our little painted elephant. Remember, take that thing that makes you different and shine with it. You know, use it as a badge. Make it, you know, we all have something that makes us special. So, you know, utilize it and run with it. And that's what I'm trying to get, you know, as a message here in this little painting of this little guy. But I hope you guys enjoyed today. I hope you had a great week. I hope you have a great week next week. And remember, we've got our brand new course on painting clear expression, not painting, but drawing clear expressions is out right now. It just came out today, and we're really excited about it. So go on over to Creatureartteacher and check that out. And can you see my eye twitching? Because it's twitching. I can feel it. But anyway, there's that. And then tomorrow, we're going to have a blast. We got our watercolor class tomorrow, and that goes from 11 o'clock to 5:30. We're going to be on for 3 hours from 11 to 2, where we do our first painting of the zebra. We take a half-hour break. Dustin and I are going to eat a hot dog. That's usually our lunch when we do these. And then we come back and we do another 3 hours until at 2:30, and we go until 5:30 on the second painting. So that's what we're going to be doing tomorrow. It's going to be a blast. I'm really looking forward to it. We're going to get all set up after today or after tonight and get all set for tomorrow. But anyway, go on out there, put some beauty back into the world, put your shopping cart away, embrace that thing that makes you special, and I'll talk to you either tomorrow or next week. Take it easy. Bye.
Hey guys, thank you so much for watching. Glad you guys enjoyed this stream. And if you guys are interested in wildlife photography for you newcomers, you can check out my Instagram at Dustin_Blaise. In fact, earlier today I just posted a new photo of a beautiful little Savannah sparrow. So go over there and check that out. And also you can check out my photo reference packs on the website Creatureartteacher.com. So be sure to go check those out. And see all you guys tomorrow for the live stream. And see you guys next week. And until next time, Cowboy Bebop. Yeah.